Welcome to the daily log at the Off-Grid Homestead here in North Carolina. I am Chris with LG Squared. This is a new feature on our YouTube channel where we share the daily activities from the job site. For everything up till now, check out some of the videos we already have on the site. Where we are today is in the barn, and we have framing. This is all light gauge steel metal framing, and we have completed the first floor of the framing and started the second floor, and we're starting to install the trusses. This here is one of those trusses. It is 18 gauge steel, and it is made in a warehouse in Marietta, Georgia by a company called Metal Benders. And all of these panels were based off of our architectural designs. And for the last couple of months, I've been working with their designers and making sure that their shop drawings match our design. We got the wall panels, and the one day and the next day by lunch, we had that first floor totally framed in. The second day we had, actually part of that first day was all of these wall panels as well. Second day we started putting up these trusses, floor trusses, and then the second floor. And so in our first week, this is where we're at. We're ready to start setting our trusses. This is our next truss, and it's going to go up. One end will sit on this wall, and the other end will sit on that wall. Let's go take a look at the residence portion of the job and see where we're at there. Before we get over to the house, I wanted to point out these are the wall panels that will be installed up on the second floor of the tower, which you'll see right back in there. So that'll be a two-story tower there. Top of that is going to be an observation deck. But this is how the panels come, already framed out for you, and you just tilt them up and screw them together. And there are a lot of clips and angles and hold down straps and all that are involved, but that's the gist of it. All right, let's head over to the house. This is the trench for a 14-inch deep by 4-foot wide concrete footing, continuous footing, that will run about 100 feet around the courtyard of the residence portion of the homestead. On top of this footer, we're going to build a 10-foot tall by 8-inch thick concrete wall. And here's the little temporary bridge that we have now over that. And basically right in this location, we'll have an opening and a custom steel gate, and that'll get us into the courtyard. But we're ready to pour this. That's going to happen tomorrow at 1 o'clock. This is the third and final slab that makes up the main living pod. And then we have our two other living pods. They're smaller, but those are going to be on the other side of the courtyard. On this end over here of the courtyard is the rest of our concrete footing for that portion of the wall. This will also be 10 feet high, and this portion right here, this little, you see where the little opening is, where the mound of dirt right there. There's going to be a 12-foot opening with a biparting custom sliding steel gate that'll be clad with Core-10 steel. These beams are to span the opening of our multi-slide pocketing doors from Marvin. Probably in about a week and a half or so, we're going to be starting sheathing. It's going to be a gypsum sheathing on the barn. So stay tuned for more of these daily logs. For those of you who are not, hit that subscribe button. Something else we did in the last couple of weeks was drill the well. This is the casing sticking out of the ground here. It was pretty cool to watch this happen. We dug down about 150 feet, found 40 gallons per minute, drilled another 150 feet, and we not only kept that 40 gallons per minute, but got it up to 50. One of my favorite things to do on a project is to find all of the air gaps and fill them with goo or tape. And before we put up any of these wall panels, we went around and found all plumbing, electrical, or structural penetrations through the slab and did a comprehensive air sealing of each around and at each of those penetrations. What we did is after the pour, we filled the holes up with gravel, covered the gravel with a non-shrink grout. Once that dried, we sprayed the pipe and the grout and the edge of the slab opening with a spray adhesive as a primer for the liquid flashing by a company called Proseco, and this is their Argard Fast Flat. It would adhere to the concrete, but the adhesive gives us a really strong bond to the pipe and the concrete and the grout. So this is going to happen everywhere that we have a penetration through a slab. All right, well, we better get back to work. This is Chris with LG Squared, and we'll see you tomorrow.